Oh my
final
god!
form.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That was insane.
Oh my god!
Whoa!
Holy shit!
I
Let's
might
go,
cry a
Nephew.
little.
Let's go.
Let's go, big bro.
All right, gentlemen. I have a 9 a.m. flight. I'll
Yup,
see
Ricky.
you out of here.
Take it easy.
Pleasure, guys. I will.
Salute to
brother.
you.
If we do it again, we got. It'll be
The
very exciting.
revenge
A
of the
whole lot
unks.
new stuff
Yeah.
going down. Anyway, peace out, guys. Have a
Good
great
shit,
night.
Ricky.
Yeah,
Take
Ricky.
care.
You
Later,
too.
man.
Let me
Sheesh. Good stuff. All right, chat. I guess everyone's talking to their chat right now. What's going on?
well,
My
I got nothing better to
stream?
do than sit here and watch it play out. I guess. I don't know.
At least we weren't one set away.
Count
These
Shove
guys,
is 5
this was the
gifted.
scary one, right? Because this is like decide who goes.
Count Shove, thanks for the 5 gifted. Ryuko, thanks for the fresh prime. Porps with the 22. Thanks everyone for watching my POV and supporting. I tried my best. It just wasn't the season of my life right now wasn't for me to compete with the beasts that are here in front of us today. So I put all my stat points into coaching, and I'm happy. Even though we didn't win, I feel very fulfilled to see the growth of all the players. I feel like we might. I'm disappointed to have not been able to clutch it up for them. That just wasn't in the cards for me this season. Like right this month, I knew when the slam was coming up, I was like, I'm not going to be able to win, and that's okay with me. I know, I have seasons. I'm a season kind of guy. These guys are locked in. They're in locked in seasons, so I knew it. So when I put the stat points into coaching, I'm happy to see that it paid off. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the show, even though it was a little wash. I had a few moments there. I had a few little moments. There was a few moments, just not there with a new character yet. If I had stuck with Ed the whole time, I would have been better. But I was I'm branching out with new shit. So I didn't have an Ed right now. It was not in the cards for me. So we will see what lies ahead for me competitively in the future. I'm still kind of exploring stuff between the seasons. But I'm super happy with the squad. Everyone played great. And thank you for supporting. I'll probably be chilling for a bit in the call.
Right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
They have that, but for
Oh,
baseball,
nice.
I
That's
it's
really good.
I don't know why they did it. It's shocking, but yeah, they put that together. So I'm gonna try to do it again this year. So I'll hit you.
I mean,
up.
shit. You can add me on Discord and keep me in the loop on that because I would
Hell
love to.
I keep saying I'm gonna do it. I did it in like May of last year, and I haven't done it since. But soon, I swear, soon I'm gonna.
Are you guys talking about baseball?
Chasing different pennies. Yeah,
Playing
you like Mario baseball?
on Slippy?
Oh, Mario baseball. I thought you were going like full unk talking about actual baseball.
No.
I was like,
Not
that's
that
the
old.
whitest shit I've ever heard. Oh my god. Mario baseball.
Coach, thank
maybe?
you for your coaching, bro. I'm
No
sorry I
problem,
didn't
guys.
have more time to like implement. I feel like if I had more time, I could have like gotten all the brain worms out.
I feel you. No, we are one and the same in that sense, Coney. You're
Yeah.
fighting your hands the
Now-
whole time.
Now it's time for the Divine Emperor to rest.
Oh, thank
Indeed.
God. Yeah. I'm so excited. So after Marvel Rivals, because I wanted a new PC. I got one. I'm gonna play the new Final Fantasy. I'm gonna play some PvE games and turn my brain off. I'm so done with this PvP bullshit, bro.
It's funny because
How
when
do
we
you
when
quit?
we got knocked out in the last one, I was like, part of me is like, I'm glad I don't have to go travel to Twitch Rivals. I was like,
Yeah,
kinda
it's a
happy to get
relief.
knocked out.
Right.
Going to Japan would
Especially-
have been fun though. That would have been a little better than TwitchCon, to be honest.
Oh, the TwitchCon TVs were apparently like miserable.
Yeah, they
well,
were
we got
so
fucked over
shit.
by that. Yeah, it was rough. I felt so bad for Eskay and Saikuno. Like Eskay
Yeah.
was real torn up. She's super
Yeah.
perfect parry happy, right? And no one could play.
Sure.
Hey, she might get her run back. I'm rooting for them now. I'm rooting for Nephew's team.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean, Chakotay's team was so close. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, how do you quit, Coney? You played Smash. You played Brawl competitively for a long time, right? Did you play 4 heavy, like competitively, or you were
No.
starting to get into commentary and stuff?
So what happened to me was I played Brawl competitively, and I started Brawl when I was 21, I think. So it was like 2008, 2009. And then I played Brawl competitively, and then I played PM. And then I played a little bit of Smash 4, and already I could feel that, like, it's a young man's game, right? And I was like, when Smash 4 came out, it was 2014, so I was like 26, and I'm like, ugh. So I started pivoting into commentary, and then started doing the streaming thing, and then just sort of did that, kept going in that direction. So it's like,
Gotcha.
yeah. So like competitive background, but like,
Right.
yeah,
You
I
got out
haven't
quick.
seriously done it in a while. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's just,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in that season now. I've been in between for so long. Like I don't know how to quit. Like after the last Sajam Slam was my peak. That was last season. I was like kind of competing, and then
Sure.
I didn't qualify for Capcom Cup. So like between then and now, I've done nothing but like play random characters or Terry and just try new things.
sure.
But I can feel
Yeah,
it's like,
it's a
dude,
different angle when you like have to think about, because like if you're just competing, you're whole hogging on one character, right? But if you're doing it
Right.
for content, it's like you want to explore the game from a wider, like,
yeah,
broader
like every
spectrum.
DLC character, I just kind of try them out and I end up sticking
Yes.
with them. And it's like they nerfed Ed, and it's like I want the shiny new toy, you know? It's like.
Yep.
And then the grind, like I was doing really good at making all content out of competing for so long, and I just don't know if I want to. I don't know. It's hard to keep up with that forever.
Yeah.
Just constant grind.
Did you compete in 4 or 5? Which one did you start
I
with?
started in 4, but I
Okay.
was a college student, you know, so I was just like,
Gotcha.
I was good in Florida, and I went to like the tournaments I could get to, and I,
Sure.
got a few big name wins, but no one knew who I was. You know, it's like all off stream shit.
It's
Then
very
5
funny
is
that
when
you
I
say
started
that.
traveling.
It's very funny that you say that, like, you were in college, so you didn't compete that much. I was the opposite. I played Brawl. I was like skipping classes, traveling the country. I was like, who gives a...
word.
But I was a comms major, right? You're doing important stuff, so
Eh.
that's very funny.
No,
That's
but I
good.
mean, I played a shit ton. It's just I had no money. I couldn't get on a plane. Like
You
the
didn't
concept
travel,
of getting on a plane, we would go like 5 people, 6 people deep, carpool. Like I went to UF, so like that's Central Florida, and we could go
Sure.
to like final round was in Atlanta, and then there was like CEO in Orlando. So we did the classic college thing, of, like
Sure.
carpooled like 6 heads in a 4-door sedan, and then 18
Sleeping
people
in the
a hotel.
bathtub.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I did
Yep.
all that for the majors I could go to, and I went to all the regional events. Like they actually had pretty big regionals back then. But I got a
I guess
job,
if you're-
and I was like, "Oh shit, I can buy a plane ticket!" Like, like one day it clicked. I was like, "There's money, and I can spend money and go."
If you're pretty deep in Florida, it's got to be kind of hard too, because like being in Maryland, I'm near tri-state, so like I guess I'm like that's like a big hub, and then I could get to like the
Right.
Midwest or whatever. But Florida's like deep down there, so
Yeah. I mean, there was no chance of flying back then, but I did it out of Midwest. It was way easier when I was in Street Fighter 5.
Sure.
To all the East Coast tournaments. And then I was streaming back then, and I was like, oh, if I stream, I can make money, and use the money to. It was like a whole system started to form.
figure out the get behind the matrix and see the
Right.
flow of cash, and like, wait a minute.
Actually, it wasn't until like it was the second season of Street Fighter 5, and they buffed the shit out of my character. I went to like 1 or 2
okay.
tournaments in the first season of Street Fighter 5, just feeling it out, and I did okay. But then like I played Balrog my whole life, all Street Fighter 4, right? And then
Sure.
Balrog came out, and they made him fucking broken in season 2, and then I was like, huh, like something started to click. I was like, huh, and then I went to a tournament, and I almost beat Momochi. I was on stream. I don't know if you know who Momochi is. He's like,
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
yeah. I literally last
The
pixel
stars
twice.
aligned.
And then I didn't beat him, but like I was like, dude, I almost just beat Momochi. And then I was like, time to just fucking. I went to every tournament after that. Like,
Sure.
yeah, but you can only do that for so long.
So what happened? Like, I'm fascinated by like the idea of a character getting like buffed or nerfed and it like completely changing them in the meta. Because like in my home games, that doesn't really happen that much. Like some characters get like soft buffed, but it's more like people pay attention to them now as opposed to
Right.
before. Like some characters kind of get kind of nerfed, but it's not like they're completely dead. As
Right.
opposed to like I don't see Ed nearly as much anymore. Not to say that
Yeah,
he's
no,
gone,
he's still, but
like,
he like literally in Japan. The grand finals for the qualifier was 2 Ed players, Momochi and Fudo, and Fudo
oh, okay.
won.
Momochi's
So like,
still on it. Okay.
yeah, no, Ed's still very good.
Okay.
But that happens, right? Like every character I played has gotten significantly nerfed in Street Fighter 6, and I've never had a character that I like super commit to, like I had in 5. So I played JP,
Sure.
he got hella nerfed. Then I switched to Ed, and then he got nerfed, and then I tried Terra. You know what I mean? I've been kind of on this carousel,
Yeah.
whereas other people are really locking in with their characters for a long time. But that happens. But if I had stuck with Ed, like if I just kept playing him through the nerfs, and I would still be doing way better. Like Ed is
Yeah.
still super good. I just didn't feel like it.
No, I know what you mean. I was like, when I came back to the Slam, I was playing Ryu, but like the first character I played in 6 was DJ, and I loved him. And it was like trying to relearn that seems so daunting because like Ryu, I just randomly played like 4 months ago. I got on at like 3 a.m. and I was like, I want to get Ryu high. And it's like, I don't think he matches my playstyle. I just picked him because it was like, okay, let me learn Street Fighter proper. But then I watched Sham play. I'm like, oh my God, this is amazing.
Right.
Like, just being able to have that, like, the shimmy pressure of that character without like hard shimmying, just like the sways and the damage is just, God, that character is so cool. I love DJ.
You should try him out again. Just like try to get the twerking down in training mode, get some sways going.
If I get back into a Slam, like if I play again, I'm probably just gonna hard lock on DJ again, just because it's like he feels. If I'm gonna have to relearn it anyway, I might as well relearn it with him. You know.
Right.
So
I mean, you got the two different sides of it. DJ is like a detour from basic Street Fighter 6, and Ryu plays like real consistent Street Fighter 6. Right. Drive rush cancels, fireball, anti-air, low forward drive rush cancel. Like that's like 60% of the game, right? And then DJ is one of the few detours. Like there's a few detour characters that go off the beaten path, and they have other abusable stuff to compensate for that, right? Like DJ has stuff, Marissa has Unga Bunga stuff, right? So you got the experience. So if that's not what you want to do, like your Ryu gameplay, then you would want to go with DJ.
That's kind of why I also didn't want to do it, because like when Street Fighter 6 came out, I got Diamond with him, but it was like early, so like raw DIs were working. You know, I was able to just like sweep like crazy with DJ.
You still
my favorite
can do that.
move. Yeah, well, I mean
kick.
The forward medium is my favorite button. Like that sweeping kick, that anti. Oh God, I loved that. I would just spam it.
Oh,
so
the
it's
slide that goes up. Also,
yeah. If you get a counter hit, you can do DP after.
Yeah, I love
where
that
slides
thing.
on the ground. Okay. Yeah, it's got some good.
Oh
moves,
no,
man.
it's the crescent kick, the forward medium. You know what I'm talking about? Sham.
the way, it's not an
big
overhead,
sweep
but does
thing.
like the overhead sort of animation.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
love that move.
yeah. That move's plus. That's the plus one. Sham he's talking
Yeah, it's
about.
plus one.
Yeah, yeah. Godlike
It's plus one, and medium punch is plus 2. It's so good.
It scoops him out of the air like they try to jump like, at a dumb time and just immediately knocks him down. Yeah, that'd be good. I'm interested to see how you handle charging, though.
Oh, dude, I barely did it with DJ. I would just like
because it was funny, like
weird.
going back and looking at people's VODs and seeing the way that they were reacting to my charge discipline. Because I would like do a jump in and it would be kind of empty, and they might jump and then I still land first, but then I catch them with the up
Yeah,
kick.
yeah. Sham, your
I'm
charging
the
was
entire fucking time.
amazing. Yeah.
I'm never not charging.
Yeah, you might have to. I mean, if you go back to DJ though, Coney, you might have to unlock the side of him that I don't know. You might not like.
No, I would have to
keep
play like I would. Yeah, I would probably like, because doing this is kind of unlocked the next level of Street Fighter, which is like frustrating, right? It's just like I'm at that level where yeah.
I call it
think,
the wall.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. That's what I was, because like with the other games, I would like start from ground zero, so I get the fun of like, wow, look at these gimmicks I can prep. This, you know, just putting somebody in this 50-50, and if they guess wrong, they're in the blender. But in this one, I started in Diamond, so I started at the wall, and then I just banged my face on it.
Yeah.
It's like that was kind of, and then I have to like learn to play the game proper with drive rushing and you know the other stuff. So
right,
it's a different world.
That's the
with
analogy
DJ, I would
use.
never charge though.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you go back to another Slam and you're at that same tier, you're gonna have to learn. Like it wouldn't
the real game.
Yeah, you'd have to learn the real charging game too, which is like then you're starting over again because you finally learn how to play like the low forward fireball in Street Fighter 6 with drive rush. Like, you unlock that, but then you go back to DJ, you're gonna have to really understand charging, or else you're not gonna be able to keep up. So that's the only issue I foresee with that.
Sure,
but I would still say give it a try. You know,
we'll see. I don't know. It's there might be another character I'd look at too. Who knows? Like
right. But your Ryu is godlike. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
yeah, your Ryu is great.
I almost feel like if you stuck with it, because you were having issues like dropping some inputs. You know what I mean? Like Ryu has those gimmicks. You're so close to spamming the gimmicks over and over. And like any heavy hasho is a gimmick. It's just like you started doing throw. Sometimes instead of throw, you press stand medium punch or another heavy punch. Like your hands weren't quite pressing that when you needed to. But if you memorize that gimmick, that's a 50-50. Right there, that you can loop on most players in Diamond. and your fireball game was really good, and your anti-air game was really good. So like,
Sure.
I don't know, I was super impressed. Like you got the hard part down, you got the core of Street Fighter down.
I can get it. It just, like I said, I think it just would have taken more time to get the dumb, like, bad play out of my body. Because, like, it did over time. It was getting there.
Right.
Just didn't get enough of it.
Yeah. Got to beat your head against the wall. That is the analogy I always use with all fighting games. Like, they're so fucking fun for, like, the first 2 weeks, maybe a month, and then you hit the wall, and it's like, well, do you bang your head against the wall to break through, or do you give up? Like, every fighting game is like that. The honeymoon phase is so fucking real.
I hate the hitting that, because, like, I jump around between games a lot. I hate, like, I respect the wall, and I understand what it is. I'm like, okay, you know, do I want to put my time into this? I understand what it is, and these people are better than me. Do I care? And I just kind of go the other way. But, like, yeah, I just, banging my head against this for the Diamond 2, Diamond 3 dimension is just, oh, good Lord.
Yeah, I think we could have done a bit better. Like, I really do think the ranked grind in this game is kind of bad. I mean, you have to do some of it, but, like, it's whatever you want to do at the end of the day, but I think my opinion is if you had dedicated more of that time to literally just doing the boring training mode shit a little bit more, I think you would have gotten through that wall faster. Like, and then the problem is the ranked mode is so addicting. The rematch is so instant. The connections all work. And, like, and I fall into that same trap too, and I see it over and over. People love the tilt queuing is so fucking real in this game. But sometimes, like, when I stream too, I have to have that discipline. I make it a point. Like, I lose a game, and I'm like, fuck, all I want to do is rematch right now, but I'm going to go through the 30 menus to go to the replay viewer and go to that one interaction that I messed up and try to find one thing. And I don't know. Everything in my body is telling me to hit rematch, hit rematch, hit rematch.
It takes so long to get to anything else.
Yeah.
And so it's just sitting right there, play again.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. But it's worth it in the end, and it helps the tilt queue off. Like, I've slowly been trying to beat that about myself because I'm a tilt queuer to the core. And this game really
every time I would play
bad.
ranked, and I would like run into like an Aki or a Rashid or a Dalsim, and I'm like, I'm not playing the real game. Like, this isn't teaching me anything for the slam. It's like these are
I
all
used to feel the same way about
specialist shit,
Dalsim until I figured him out, and then I'm like, you're not having fun against me now.
Right.
Yeah.
Once he's solved, yeah.
I mean, I still hate fighting Dalsim.
I just
Terry,
think DJ has fun
it.
shit because slide really works against Dalsim. The sweep slide into DP is really good.
But yeah, those are detour characters. Even though Rashid really is Street Fighter 6, but he also has so many gimmicks on top of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but there's a lot.
Whenever
of
I fight him, it's like hyper Kimberly. It's just like, Jesus Christ, when did you stop hitting? When do you stop pressing?
Right.
But I just don't know the gaps.
Yeah, Street Fighter 6 especially, and 5, like, they're both like that because they have, I'm using that other analogy of, like, the Mega Blocks. Like, Street Fighter 4 and Smash are way more fluid. People use the jazz analogy and everything, but Street Fighter 5 and 6, because they're such a generous buffer, everything is 100% frame perfect because you can just, no one messes up their inputs, right? Like, in terms of strings. Except for Eskay right there. Damn, sorry. I just saw Eskay drop.
Yeah, I just saw
combo.
that. Yeesh.
Oh my god, she dropped her level 1, man.
That's bad.
Yeah, but because the frame data is Mega Blocks, usually trial by fire, like touch the stove to see if it's hot, you just mash your jab after certain things. Like, when I'm playing a new character or like a string I don't recognize, I just mash jab, and if I get counter hit, then I know they're plus. Like, literally, and I just try to add it to the bank. And I'm just like, let me just keep mashing jab here. Oh, I got counter hit, probably airtight. Oh, that's a new string. Let me try that. Oh, I hit them. Okay, now I know I can interrupt that. And you have to just build up that bank, that memory bank of interactions.
Sure.
So there's a lot of memorization in a weird way with that.
So one of the things, I didn't want to talk about it too much because, like, I didn't want to, like, the grab habit that I have is so bad. It's from Smash because, like, you land on somebody's shield and then they're in block stun so you can grab. Getting that out of my system was so fucking hard, dude. Because, like, I've been playing so much Rivals of Aether, which, is like, so it's the same thing, right? And so I'm landing on people's shields and I'm grabbing. I'm trying to, like, up throw with Ryu. Like, I can't stop myself. It's like, and it's trying to get this shit and switching games. I don't know how people do it, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know how Riddles does it. It's crazy.
Yeah, that takes a lot of work. I've done that a few times, but it took me a long time to develop that skill, and I don't often do it. But there's been a handful of times where I played multiple fighting games. But with Street Fighter with that, you can do walk up grab, but you have to be point blank. Like you can do like the scale of walking, a pixel is so far in Street Fighter, and then walking 10 pixels is a mile. So that's kind of the scale of spacing you have to think of. So landing a jump in, then doing a slight half a second walk into grab is normal. But what you're doing, you're like walking like
I'm doing big
mile.
walks.
You're doing like you're fucking Daigo or Momochi, and you scared the shit out of the opponent after like 14 games of mauling them, and then you walk into their face like, yeah, I'm the fucking boss. Like you have that kind of walk about you, but your opponents aren't scared of you yet.
I haven't earned it. Yeah, exactly. I think I'm so used to that play style from like, you know, when in the Tekken Slam or this other stuff that like I'm trying to condition these 50-50s on Ryu, and it's just like I could just play meter management, fireball, you know, drive rush heavies. I'm just not playing the right.
And it's not even that you haven't earned it; it's that they usually don't even know. Like, like when I go back and do a new character, you know, it starts you with your placement matches, and then you go through a little bit of diamond before you get back to master. I just don't do anything that's not frame tight. I just literally do a jump in, then I do medium. And they get counter hit, then I convert that. If not, I reset. They jump at me, I anti-air, I get my meaty. If it hits, I get a combo, you know, because they're not thinking. They're just mashing the whole time. They don't know what else to do. And then maybe you got them super scared, because you would do, like with Ryu, you just do jump in, stand medium punch. Maybe a little walk, jab, like a little subtle whatever. Eventually you scare them and you can walk up grab. Yeah, breaking the habit is so hard.
It's tough because like I feel like so many people fit into one of the two. Like they're either a mash lord or they're a block lord, and I just kind of go off that. But the mash lords, it's just I want the big ass heavy punish, and it's just you got to find the right way to do it. Like
the buttons
even just
for
walk
Ryu,
back shimmy, like
the buttons for Ryu for that are stand medium. Like stand medium's your stagger button. Like when you're trying to bait them out on to mind fuck them so they don't know like when to take their turn back. It's like stand medium punch, and then you can like maybe walk back stand medium punch, or walk forward stand medium punch, or walk forward jab. Slightly alter your timing, and then heavy punch is the big button you press from further out, and just abuse that. So you didn't really use stand medium punch like that, but that would be the button to go for. Like
I didn't
drive
use
rush
heavy
in.
either. I was trying to use it more, but I was getting it at the end.
Yeah,
but
your match against Jake and Bake, dude, you were cooking with that.
I played that good. Played that well, yeah. The Honda match was just a wash. It was bad.
That's detour. You know what I mean? Like, like you can win against Honda or lose against Honda at any point.
Yeah.
Because it's just such a fucking gimmick character. Oh shit, Eskay is. This is my former team, by the way.
Dude, she's so close.
Eskay is my prodigy, and Coefficient was my anchor in the last slam, and now they're going at it. Eskay started from 0, and we got her to master in like a month.
It's really gonna be Nephew Chakotay for the Japan trip.
If Eskay
wins again,
it could be.
If Eskay wins, that'd be nuts.
Eskay's gonna lose her mind.
Oh wait,
she's been training so hard for this.
His drive gauge is so low here, by the way.
She takes it serious. Like even when we qualified for TwitchCon, like she was very beating herself up when
that's an unfortunate.
Oh,
hey,
who's it gonna be?
This is scary, man.
Oh, nice read.
What a walk back.
Whip jab parry on reaction to the fireball. The reaction time on that
like,
was.
I don't know if you've been paying attention to the way that she like does like the dash in pressure, but it's been so sick.
She leveled it up a lot. Oh, nice level. Oh my god.
It dropped, dude. This is so bad for Ko.
Oh, this is
It's so bad.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Eskay, can she?
That's not
She's
a real
gonna.
combo.
She can checkmate.
Oh my god.
What an
that was so
anti-air!
good.
She got a checkmate.
Yes.
Impact is scary.
Oh my god.
All right. She just needs to do a simple conversion into level 3.
Wow.
Build the
Oh my
drive
god.
back. Oh my god.
She didn't drop the
bro.
stun combo. That's the Eskay
didn't.
dropping the stun.
Oh,
Can drive rush cancel without actually burning yourself
Drive
out,
rush.
like, just
Yeah. Oh,
died?
another DI.
One more.
One more hit here for Eskay.
Oh
for the
my god.
Wow.
Bro, SK. Holy. I just got off of a 10K channel point bet 27,800 points, baby. They were betting against Eskay, my goat, and I just ran away with them.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
Whoa!
Holy shit!
All right, nephew, bring it home.
I might cry a little.
Let's go, nephew. Let's go.
Let's go, big bro.
Put him up there.
Ah, man.
That's
crazy.
The team that
Heavily
3-0'd,
Yeah, and Nephew,
Nephew's
this is the
team
thing,
got
this is not a
last?
common
Really?
character matchup,
Damn.
but Nephew plays the whole cast, right? And so
I mean,
he's
the
gonna be someone
teams
who's
are
comfortable
pretty even
in a
across the
matchup
board.
like this.
It's
And same thing
just
with Chakotay. Jury is a
where
common character. You see her
the
everywhere.
players
He knows
were
the
in
matchup.
relation to, like...
Obviously, his region has just a kid.
Oh, this
who
pressure on
is
Nephew. He has no
well,
drive.
very, very
Oh, there we
solid. He's
go.
not gonna be
Yeah, but that's
uncomfortable
good. That's a
Good
good time to
answer.
DI.
Yeah, it's
Just
still
do it
good for
early,
Chakotay, but
force it, and then he can get in. But Nephew's fighting good.
oh,
Wow.
wow, what a great jump.
Nephew's kinda ridiculous.
Yeah.
Exactly. And look at the way Nephew fights in Burnout. He's not passive until now because he knows
He's literally
You can
going
do
to
that
the corner.
earlier because, well, if I don't attack, what's gonna end up happening is that
Oh, nice
I'm
conversion,
stuck
though,
in
from
the
Chakotay.
corner with Burnt Out. So he attacked
Damn,
early
that does a
on,
lot.
and his drive gauge was capable of coming back
Yeah,
out of there, and
yeah.
Chakotay
Kim, not
survives
Kim.
in a very scary
What's her name?
round.
Lily is really one note, but if she gets those stores,
Sure.
it actually gets very degenerate. Like the low tier, annoying kind of degenerate character.
Right.
That's Lily, because she just gets
Just
in.
having a really good 50-50 option after Enhanced Condor.
Yeah.
And being able to force it is crazy.
And that anti-air button, honestly, like that crouch heavy punch just does so much
Kinda.
work. It does
Yeah,
so much
I
work.
actually kind of hate that button. That anti-air pisses me off.
For real, that backdash.
Like it's a
You
combination
will
of
be-
having that
you will be like
anti-air.
crossing up and still
Yeah.
get hit by it.
The fact that she has the spire to just control all the space in front of her, and then that anti-air
Yep.
to control all the space above her and behind her head. It's like, dude, this is so one-sided for that one moment when she has Condor Spire enhanced.
This is one of those matches where you know it's gonna be sweaty.
God, I just can't get over the amount of stress. Like, Coefficient missing that level 3,
That's
like he's gonna be
crazy.
thinking
Yeah.
about that, you know, that's just brutal, man.
I mean, that's
Oh,
the
this isn't
drama
too
of
bad for
competition,
Nephew here.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, one of them former teammates, one of them has to move on, one of them has to end right there.
I mean, I dropped earlier, I think.
Yeah.
Did I drop? No, I
You
dropped
dropped
on round
something,
robin day
but-
2. But I missed a kill, but I still got the round today.
Sure.
We weren't worried about you.
Yeah, you were fine.
Maybe in your mind it was a
Don't
dramatic
say that
comeback.
because,
Oh
like,
shit!
I still had to work for it. All right.
Right. Yeah, in your mind, you're like, oh shit, I clutched that up so hard. We're like, man, Sham's just destroying
my
everybody. In
God.
our mind, it was
Everybody's
already
oh, he's
like
got this in the
free.
bag. Okay, dude.
Yeah.
No, we knew you'd be fine.
Oh, Chakotay has nothing to work with here. It feels like a matter of time.
He's gonna die, yeah. Wow. This is crazy.
Man.
Finds it. What a reaction.
Man, that Nephew, bro, digging deep, clutch it out the game.
One game away.
Reacting to the Condor Spire with the CA. And I love that, yeah, he didn't over.
It was so funny watching Stan's games, and he's like overthinking it and playing passive and backing up. It's like, bro, it's tier 2. You're Marissa. Just slam that button. Bro.
He just needs a gentle nudge. Yeah, it's interesting to find out too, like as he goes on, like what actually helps and what doesn't when coaching. Because like, you know, I try to ask you guys up front, but then sometimes you just find by trial and error. Also, like just like in Street Fighter, you know, mash the jab to see what happens. I kind of say stuff to see what happens, and then as I like backseated stands more and more, it's like he started fucking them up more and more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, he needs like a little motivational speech while he's playing.
That medium punch like did like a 1/6 of their bar every conversion. It's
Yep.
insane. Just and just somebody getting hit by it over and over and over.
Oh,
He needs those like
Nephew.
positive affirmation, like
Right.
YouTube videos on loop. Think powerful thoughts.
Gonna fall asleep.
Yeah. You will achieve great things. Just that needs to be playing.
set point
On
now.
loop
Oh my
for
god,
stands.
we might see Team Nephew get
He's got a
this.
ticket. He's already at Capcom Cup, and this guy's trying to extend his stay so that way he can hang
You
out
can
in
see
Japan
the zero reaction
while
from
the
Nephew on
Capcom
his
Cup
POV.
qualified there, and the buffers
I don't know if
afterwards.
you guys know about Nephew. He's the most
Oh yeah, he's the
nonplussed
most
character of all time.
Extended Japanese vacation. This early
Well,
round
what's the
round
thing
is
that somebody
very,
said that he
very,
BMs in lowercase?
Yeah,
I think
exactly. He's a troll. He's definitely a troll.
heavy, and you have
I guess I won. Yes, this is
Well,
like deep, slow
when we
voice.
had the open lobby the other day, I played Nephew for like I want to say 30 games, and like the way he was shit talking me was so funny. It's
He
the
makes
most deadpan
makes you
thing.
think about it for a second. Like, is he serious? And that's
oh
it.
my god,
That's
that's
it.
them.
all the way from losers.
Oh,
Wow,
Is headed to grand
GG.
I'm so
finals
happy
and
for
headed to
Eskay.
Tokyo,
Damn, Chakotay's
Japan.
team though.
The
That's so
clutch
brutal.
from
Yeah, it is
their
brutal.
clutch
Competition
and
is
their whole
nuts.
squad.
Let's go.
Let's fucking go.
Nephew is too good for this tournament. Oh, maybe.
Big plays.
What is he? 101st, I think, on the ladder, something like that.
Yeah, the ladder rank is that doesn't.
It doesn't mean everything.
He was number one in Japan. Like the points are global, and like when these guys go to Japan, they get like top 10.
You gotta get one.
You know what I mean? Because the point economy doesn't reach here, but they're in Capcom Cup. You know, like our nephew is, and JB is too. JB's super good. I mean, they're all amazing. They're all really good.
Yeah, of
Nephew's like pulling ahead though, like in the global scene. He's like starting to pull ahead from a lot of the other NA players a little bit.
Woo. If there's one thing about Sajam Slam that I don't know if it.
I'm still crying.
I like that the top two teams go. Wait, no, do they even play the finals here? I think
They're
they
about
just
to
go...
play the finals for seeding. Yeah.
Oh, okay, sure. I was gonna say
Yeah.
I wish there was like a definitive final thing, but I don't know how you would do that. You know, it feels like they always have the top two, which is fine, especially because the finals are happening in March with the Japanese team too.
Yeah, and it's an all expense paid trip for the two teams,
Yeah.
so that's a lot of people going over.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's expensive.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
wonder
weird.
if-
It's like right after Capcom Cup. I was seeing the scheduling, so like Nephew might just be like living in Japan for a month.
Yeah, for like a month.
Yeah,
he's
Capcom
done it
Cup is
before.
long. Yeah, that's the place to be if you're trying to play Street Fighter Serious.
Yeah, he was over there streaming for like nigh on a month for a bit, just playing in Japan, like farming MR over there.
Right.
They have a way better queue for people who are high MR for sure.
It's a different-
Everybody in NA
different
who's
world.
like at 2K is struggling to hold on to that.
No, I think it depends. I think they get a lot more points. There's a lot more inflation in Japan. It's more
That's
that
what
like
I mean is like people who are like 2K MR here
I
like
get you.
constantly get matched up against like 1500s, you
Yeah.
know, and end up getting nothing and risking too much.
it's just a different experience.
Yeah.
We went to Japan. I went around the CPT premiere event time. And then it was with me and my fiance, so I just got to play a little bit of Street Fighter Ranked, but it's just a whole different experience. I brought my laptop and with some downtime, booted up. Holy shit! It was hard for me to tell like how good they were though, because it was after an MR reset, so everyone was 1500. So I was like, did this player who just beat my ass, are they like 1500 or are they 2200? You know what I mean? Like I have no clue, but I'm like, holy shit! Like every player is so frame perfect. Like there's no flubbing.
Sure.
Even if the strategy is bad, like a lot of the players I played, they would have really bad, cheesy strategies. Every spacing trap, every frame trap, every combo conversion was perfect, like a machine.
Yeah.
Maybe the meter usage was bad. Maybe things they focus on were bad. Like it was weird how the different levels of skills were separated, and none of it was based on technical proficiency. Every player had proper technical inputs and conversions. It was so different. Or in America, like high-ranked players here are so fucking scrappy. Like they drop shit, they're resetting, it's a scramble.
Sure.
But in Japan, no, I didn't see any of that. It was nuts.
It's weird how the culture is just different, and it comes out in the play styles too.
Yeah, I mean, in Japan, just be good at something, and they'll be like, "Okay, you did it." Like, if you want to dedicate your life to making rice noodles, you better be the best fucking handmade rice noodle maker of all time. And you did your job. Well done.
Let's go play on your fucking cooking.
Oh damn, they're gonna have to win 2 sets too. Yeah.
Keep trying, baby.
Getting his cray on.
Yeah, so what does this seeding matter, though? Like...
I don't know, because I'm not sure what it's gonna. I think it's just to determine, you know, like if let's see, like if a
Maybe
team
on the
loses
other
here, they're
side-
gonna have to play the
That's
top
based on
team
Fireball, something
in
I'd like to
Japan,
see
I think,
here.
or something.
With like 1 plays 2, 2 plays 1.
Yeah,
over there.
that kind of thing. So I guess they're
Front
just
row
like
again, and
looking to
playoff
get a
offense
good
has been
matchup
really awesome so far.
against a team
So,
that like
theoretically,
I
you
feel
could
a
have a
little bit more
Japan versus
refined,
Japan
man. This dude is
finals.
going to the moon. Like, he's
Yeah, because
I've
it's
been
going to be
really,
4
really
teams,
impressed
right?
with
So they're just going to start in a winner's bracket, everybody, like with double elim.
No way.
So good already. Like
You would
I
think they
don't
would
know.
want to ensure like U.S. Sajam
Yeah,
Slam
U.S.
versus
versus Japan
Climbing
final.
right
Yeah,
I don't know.
'cause-
I'm not sure exactly how it's going to be set up. Then you're right about that.
Wondering his combo.
Wow.
I don't know.
because if
do
if
play
they
off
both
that.
get washed right
Definitely
away,
very, very
Yeah,
impressive
yeah.
on this Luke, bro.
I don't know.
Well,
Oh,
I'm sure the Japanese audience would be
Not
still
even
hyped
mad at
because
that,
it's like
Has
their
the reject
influencers.
fight night stuff happened, or is it ongoing?
Yeah, I think it's also
I haven't been able to
How much
figure that
Frodo-
out.
Oh my god, dude, he is feral on defense right now.
I don't know. I've-
If
it's
they've
hard to
done
pay
their
attention.
side
I
of
think it's
this.
impressive
They've
how
done
much
so
far
many
Frodo
different
has,
influencer style events.
Hey, that's
like,
why
I
I
think
can't
they-
keep up.
Right, they randomly pop up. It's like,
he
oh, Street Fighter
recognizes
6
that.
has 10
There's
billion
feral
viewers
behavior
right now.
going
I
on here,
guess,
so he's trying to put the brakes
I
on
guess
it
all
a
the
little bit.
influencers are playing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's nuts the numbers are pulling in Japan. Like that shit never happened for fighting games ever before.
Yeah. I'm hoping Sajam gets a pretty good bag for this from Street Fighter because like they're doing it on the main Street Fighter channel, and you know I would
Yeah.
assume that they're kicking him something
Yeah.
nice.
It's turning into something.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because I assume that he just during the Tekken slams he just paid for everybody out of his pocket just because he believed in it.
And then for us last time, it was the Twitch Rivals collab, so that's where we got paid from. So
it kind of gets like a debuff.
Yeah, we got
like,
prizing from
players
that,
who are
so we
not
did get
dying
some
more
money.
often, I think it's
yeah, that was
for-
nice because everybody got paid regardless of the results.
Yeah,
Because
I don't
it was
I don't
Twitch
know if
Rivals.
that exists this time.
No,
but,
I think we're
yeah.
just getting some like goodies for participating potentially.
Oh boy. Another
I love a
hoodie.
goodies.
Another.
They
I
were
have so
showing off.
many.
I don't know if you saw that they have official Sajam Slam basketball jerseys. I don't know if they're going to
Okay.
give all
That
the
might be the
players that. That would be
uniform.
cool.
That might be the uniform.
Oh yeah, it might be the uniform for
Sajam
the
Slam
yeah. You might
stress
be right
ball.
about that.
I got the basketball stress ball still on my desk.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool. I like that one.
Qualified,
I'm good on hoodies though, brother. I just gave away some.
Way too
Being a
many,
gamer and a streamer, you passively collect too many hoodies.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Far too many.
like an absurd amount.
Like I need this passive hoodie buff to like wear off because my inventory is like filling up too quick. Man.
I remember when I
Over-encumbered.
got partner for
Yeah.
Twitch, like they sent me a hoodie and I wore it in public and somebody recognized the Twitch thing and like asked me about it and then I never wore that hoodie outside again. I just did
Damn.
not like that interaction.
You were marked.
It's like this is a forever inside hoodie wear.
Are you more like an anonymous like Sham with your YouTube stuff? I was checking it out a little bit. I haven't seen
Yeah.
like do you do face cam and stuff on your YouTube or
Now I do. Like I face cam on stream all the time, and my
Okay.
stuff that goes up on YouTube is purely for my stream at this point because that's my main deal.
Gotcha.
So now I do face cam.
Because you're like an
I
OG
didn't for a long time.
Let's Play kind of YouTuber, right?
Yeah,
and so
yeah,
back in the day,
I've been doing
nobody
this
used
since,
face cam.
since 2010, and I was
Yeah.
not on face cam then.
Yeah, but like pretty much nobody did back then. It was so common, and I feel like
No.
the meta kind of changed. I feel like you have to
I've been
unless
in bed
you're
for the last 8 hours.
grandfathered
Done a pretty
in
good job of improving
without the
on
face
Street
cam.
Fighter,
You kind of
despite
it's like
just
required
health
now.
being a problem.
Yeah. I mean, I do enjoy it just because sometimes I do like having the physical
Anyways,
reaction
man,
to
grab on
stuff.
deck,
It's fun.
4 medals
Yeah,
already.
it could give you more stuff to work
More
with.
to
for
work
YouTube-
with, yeah.
for a video.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Scara.
Yeah.
Scara waking up.
This match, you see the counter impact immediately as well.
Yeah, and like he looks.
I
Really
wonder why
sharp, I
Scar's
can't
on
lie, like,
Manon.
This is the best Street Fighter I've seen him play.
He-
That's such like
always
a
played Manon.
bizarre kind of
Oh,
pick.
that time, no,
I
not
don't
ready
know.
for it. It's like
She's
Like,
French. Something about being French. I don't know if there's a.
Double
I've literally
Think
heard
that's
that.
it?
I don't know if there's like an inside joke, but I just heard, oh, she's French.
able to burn Scara out. If he managed to
Didn't
get
Scara
some
play
XP as
Victor?
well.
That might be true. I think he played Victor in Tekken.
Oh,
So
this
and
mid-range
he's
is
French
so
as
scary.
hell.
Scara
So
Yeah, maybe that's maybe it started
there's
with
something
that.
to the French thing.
Ah,
Hmm.
interesting.
Yeah, I've heard that. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've heard. French.
Real impressive Manon play from Scara. Being Sakuru's to the punch a lot of the time, and honestly, Manon does.
I felt
have
bad
some,
for Bricky
like,
against
strong aspects in the neutral
Mogu,
behavior,
the
right?
Blanca,
Block speed's pretty
because
good.
like
She has, some
that is
power
such a
gains, some
frustrating
normals.
thing to fight
Wouldn't
if you
get
haven't
honestly
fought it
over
enough.
Rocky,
Just
but
the
hopefully
constant
be a little
jump
bit more
ins
guarded
and
when
like
you play
that
against
grab
him
move
now.
specifically,
look at the
like
spot Scara
he
is
got
in.
around that
So,
part,
like,
but
if you
God,
all
that's
are
so
not
tough.
aware,
Against
the easiest
Gumi, you
way to
mean?
control the-
Blanca?
Oh,
Modern?
Gumi, yeah, sorry.
is to
Yeah.
get under the timer.
Yeah, Gumi's been doing this
Because if you're
that
under the
same
timer,
strat
the opponent jumps,
since the
right,
first
you won't
slam.
go
She
past
knows
you,
like
and the
really
mid-range
how
is like
to
almost
set up the
10
Blanca
if you're
chan
in
and
jump,
mix
you're
in
in
the
the perfect
command
spot,
grab,
you know.
then auto combo at the
So,
right
like,
time.
that-
She's
that's
like
kind of
really
the spot you wanna
streamlined,
screen.
like a
She Scara
perfect
was
tier
holding
one
it so
strategy.
well in the corner
It's
of
like
the-
very effective.
The Blanca
Yep.
Chan
I love that
doll,
he's
like
challenging on
in
defense, like,
full
nice, he
screen
gets combo in the
neutral
middle.
Yeah.
situations is so
It's
funny to me.
scary
I
at
love
tier
that
one.
setup.
That's very
Because
smart,
you're like, what does that
though.
do?
She yeah, I forgot to go over that. That was
It's
my
like
bad.
she's using it like a slow fireball with walk up,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah, she recognized it. Every time Bricky would back off, she
And it's
was like,
actually so
okay,
good for
throw down
him
Blanca
that
Chan, and
the
then
drive impact didn't kill. 'Cause
he's
then
like,
he
what
gotta
is
get a
this
free
grenade
medal with the command grab at the
waddling
end.
so cutely towards
Like,
me?
extra damage for me.
Being a Chun Li in tier one is fucked up. That
Yeah,
character is not a
it
tier
is.
one character.
It is.
I felt
There's,
so bad
there's not
for her.
really any cheat. Eskay did the same thing, and I was like, Eskay.
Yeah, she started with Chun too.
It's like, this is just not that kind of character. There's not enough cheese I can give you. And like her reversal is not the best either. You know what I mean?
And playing this
It's,
little mid-range
she's
here.
super
He does
technical,
have
relatively.
tons of meter, and also he's looked pretty confident in the mid-range so far. Although I like
She's
that
good
he's
at like
hitting more
mid-level. Like
buttons.
once you get a lot of, if you can
Yeah, of course.
anti-her every time and throw a fireball,
Mhm.
then suddenly she has like this super cheesy neutral control. But you have to be able to anti-her and then do fireball.
It feels
that's
like
a
she's one of the
requirement.
hardest scaling, like with
Yeah, this-
ability,
what I'm
which
seeing
just
from Sakuda
yeah,
so far
makes
is
it
already
worse.
No,
good.
there's like she falls off again at high level. I
Biggest
think there's
player
like a
now,
mid-level like
looks
peak with
better
her.
than everything I've
Sure.
seen
A lot of the
in
top level
Slam
Chun, she's still really
Like,
good,
this-
but she's
this
not like the
play,
best.
so
But like, there's
right.
definitely like a
Chilling
diamond
mid-range,
level
hitting
Chun
buttons,
who knows how to anti-air and throw
challenging.
fireball, and then you feel like you can't do anything.
hitting
Right.
some
Yeah.
medium kicks, standing
That
there.
Just getting
happens.
medium kicked all day.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah, so it has some steep requirements to get into that game plan, and there's not really like a good cheese game plan beneath that. Not like Honda or Marissa or Zangief.
I mean, I do like that last slam, on my team, Sarah went with Aki in the lowest tier, which was an interesting pick because nobody else was
oh,
really
Right.
doing characters like that. And she did really well with her, too.
Yeah, she started
Yeah, he
playing
has so much meter here.
like a real Street Fighter player. It wasn't
Mhm.
like tier 1 gameplay. I was like, oh, she has combos and frame traps and meaties. I was like, okay.
Pressing that heavy kick a little bit more.
Dude,
But then,
this
like,
mid-range
Doki's fucking,
is this,
jump
like,
air
Yup.
grab
Punk
SPD,
is like-
Oh,
dashing DI. You know what I mean? It's like, you can't compete with that.
no,
No.
she
The-
played
the
like a
firepower.
monster. Yeah.
Toddler with a shotgun, it's just like too dangerous.
Bro, why did he just react to drive rush on level 1? Manon's drive rush isn't even good. Like, people don't even do it.
I wonder if
That's
what the
baffling.
next game is.
Like, the fact that
For
he
the
was running
slam?
is wild.
Yeah, because
I
he
wonder
said he
too.
wants to do them less, but City of the Wolves is coming out soon, and
This
I
guy,
think that'd
bro,
be fun.
why is he randomly a god?
I'm down to try that
At the
game.
19th
It looks
hour
good.
of the
Yeah,
season?
I
I'm
really
a
want to
sucker.
try it.
I'm a sucker for the cell shade art style.
Yes, so am I.
Were you
And
guys GameCube fans?
I did not have a GameCube growing up.
No? Okay.
My aunt did, yeah.
I'm a Nintendo guy, so yes, absolutely.
Oh, and the
That's
DI
where
I had,
my
I had the
love for cell
I had the
shade.
PS2 there. No, I had an Xbox, and then my friend had the. So like at that age, it was like your friends have one console, you have another, you go over to their place. So
Right.
we had the
Yep.
Xbox, a friend had the PS2. My aunt had a GameCube because she loved playing Zelda.
The Triforce combined.
Sure.
That's cool. Yeah, man. Wind Waker's dope. My background on my desktop is Outset Island from Wind Waker.
Nice.
That's one of the recently, like I've always been like a big Nintendo guy, but I never played any of the Zelda games. So a few years ago, I played Majora's Mask and
Whoa.
Ocarina of Time, but I never played Wind Waker, and I keep like I want to try it, but everybody tells me like, oh, you're gonna hate it, it's boring, or
What?
you're gonna love it, it's a masterpiece. Like I've heard everything. About
Well,
that
there's
one.
like a slump in the 3/4 way through, like the last quest before you unlock the final area. There is kind of a slump, but it's an atmosphere game too. So I think from what I've seen, Coney, maybe I'm wrong. I think you prefer more like structured level design and a bit more game rather than explore and atmosphere.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah, then it might not be your favorite. There's a little bit more atmosphere based, like exploring, and there's a lot of water, right? So,
Sure.
so it might not be your favorite, but I love the atmosphere stuff.
I'm probably gonna pop it on my Steam Deck at some point. And give
It's
it a
super
shot.
cute. Yeah, I mean, it's just like obviously I'm nostalgic for it, so that all logic goes out the window. But it's a good game.
It's weird because like I'll revisit an old game sometimes, and I'll be like I just played Final Fantasy VII for the first time on PS1 like in March of this last year, and like Jesus Christ, that is one of the best games ever made. Like that blew my mind. But like other games just don't hold up the same way. You know what I mean? It's hard.
No, definitely.
Oh, I watched your video about the Akuma cheater. That was very funny. the guy
word?
with the double DI input with 2 frames each time. I was like, oh, this
Where
is
I'm
fun.
calling out the
Okay.
comments.
Yeah.
Dude, YouTube
Yeah.
comments are so fun. It was fun to watch that from another creator's perspective, watching people in the comments who don't know what the fuck they're talking about. But
Yeah.
you're too nice to them. You're such a kind heart. I don't know what it is.
Not true. That is not true.
Okay, well you're very
that-
dry in your delivery. You could have been
Yes.
way meaner.
Well, that video was constructed off stream with a very deliberate and planned approach, right? It's a lot
Sure,
different than,
yeah.
than an
That's true.
instantaneous. Listen, I don't have
In the
a
moment,
vat of
yeah.
acid bit, but you know, I approach it with the same venom. You get what I'm saying?
Yep, I feel you.
Yeah. So
I've seen the "You Suck" clip. I've seen it.
right, but that is. I have to. Look, this is my spiel here about that because I've seen.
Oh, here we go.
I'll be
Here we
browsing
go.
my Twitter
All right.
timeline, and I'll see
Yep.
people use that meme, and that's fine. But the problem is they use it in terms of shit talking. I used it because the guy was a chronic rage quitter. He almost beat me playing like an idiot. I made the comeback, and then he rage quit. That's the context. So if you use that to belittle someone that you're beating, that's not the context. It's someone running away from the challenge because they're bitch made. That's the only thing. So I see that pop up on my timeline sometimes. I'm
Get
like,
it right.
listen, that's the spirit of this. If someone's running, rage quitting, yes, let him have it. That's my only stipulation with that.
Someone in my chat said, Coney, ask him about the "When You Provoke the White Boy" video. Brian, can you tell me about that video?
The lore in that has become way too. Listen, no, to be quite honest, there's too much.
Too layered? Too deep. Okay.
Maybe 6 months ago we could have talked about that, but today,
Uh-huh.
the last thing I want to talk
A
about.
little too far.
We
and
could-
then
this is an
just
off-stream
smoke him right
discussion.
there. He's got to be careful about that.
Oh,
because
man.
The modern reactions are so
That's
fast
funny.
that sometimes you can make the wrong choice because you're just going too quick.
Dude.
Harry from barbecue at the end right there.
I feel so shitty about how I fought against Honda. My brain was just not in it.
That's Honda, brother. It's too hard.
But a better parry.
Oh
See,
my
that's
god.
right there.
I
That's
get
one
one of my biggest issues with level
He's
3.
full combo.
Oh, miss!
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
resets.
Okay, go, go.
And Honda lived
One more?
because of the extra life.
Dead from chip. Nope. Yep.
Wow, that was actually
Yeah.
smart.
RQ, great
That's a
recognition
good
right
check.
there.
Man, I wasn't
Yeah.
sure if that would kill.
That was a lot of chip. That was kind of on
Yeah.
on the
they're like
fence.
20% chip. That was unfortunate.
One of the
right there.
issues
But
that I have
means
when I
he's
play
out of
games or
bar
like
for this
computer or
last round,
whatever
which
is
is
like
important.
if I ever have any kind of like this happened to me in Marvel Rivals, if I ever dip below like 60 FPS or like if anything is lagging or like my brain completely goes out of the game. I don't know if it's an ADHD thing or something, but it's like my brain is like, what's going on? How do I fix it? What am I supposed
Right.
to do? Is everything okay?
No, I get
And
you.
like
Big challenge. Yeah, playing
it
this
it
slow
just
and steady.
it's
And this
it's an
slow
issue of
bar
mine.
is really good
I think
against
it's something that you kind of get used to when you compete a lot.
a lot of what Honda wants
just
to do
keeping
is,
yourself
if you
engaged
have
in the game
perfect
and locked in
reactions,
is tough.
it's a lot
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
No, there's a whole psychology to it. Like I get the same thing too, and like the similar thing happened to me, and it happened to me last
Right.
the last round robin and last slam. I think it has something with my game literally when we're in those lobbies, which only happens in slams. But like I've been in situations like that where shit starts happening and you have to fight so hard to just like let it go and also not like
Yeah.
let that, because I think part of your brain starts searching for cope if you're losing. So I think you
Yes,
start
yeah.
like there's
Sure.
a in terms of being excited, right? Like I'm gonna say the word arousal, but not in that sense.
Sure.
But like there's a psychology element to like how alert you are in the moment. And
but it's gotta
you
feel
can
bad,
start to
like, finally
lower
getting
that
Mojo and
by
Martin
looking for
to
these
level
escapes to
3.
pull
Yeah,
yourself
did the
out of
connect,
being
got input
engaged.
5
Like
times.
that's
Outside
literally what.
stimulus,
Yeah.
yeah.
I did the
Like it just starts
oh.
pulling your mental away from the moments, and any little distraction, your ego will search for that if it senses you're not in a
Right.
position to win.
I'm just really
And
impressed
I've
with his
felt
play
that
in
for
general,
years,
too,
and every time I
because,
feel it's like a battle,
he's been playing
sometimes
the
I
game
pull it
for
back,
10
sometimes I
days, right,
don't.
since the
But
beginning of the
it's
slam.
so true that if
Yeah.
you're behind,
He's
you'll
about to
feel
be
that.
Diamond 5, and like I think in like 3 days.
Because I was having a lag issue in some of the games, but I could tell it wasn't frame drops on my end, and it was actually just like something going on with the connection that was making the thing fuck up. And I managed to just like roll with it, but it was kind of annoying sometimes. Like especially, well, BoxBox had an internet issue the last time we played each other, so
Right.
that also made it awful because it fully froze.
I've been in the trenches of online tournaments for years, though, and in much worse netcode as well. So like
Yeah,
I've learned
totally,
to play
yeah.
through. I've like did my best to win and then reset. You know what I mean? Like I've done stuff like this, like resetting my game after wins. Like I'm a little used to it, but you for sure you start to feel this thing like pulling at your attention and also like removing you from that locked in competitive state.
Bro, I legitimately I don't know how to like. My fans never turn on. Them flashing red was freaking me out. I'm like looking over, like, what the fuck? Wait, is it gonna die? Is it gonna melt? What's gonna happen? It's just fucking and I don't know why Street Fighter of all games is doing it, because like this game is not that intensive, and I've never had slowdown.
There's certain it's
Is it the
it's a
custom
fighting
lobby?
game. When you're in the lobby and in certain aspects of the game, like say you go to switch your character before you boot up or lock into the battle slot, it renders the model. It loads like a really high def version of the model, and like they're live and editable, right? So it's like loading the character in. So it does a bunch of shit like that. So in weird situations where you're not even in the game, it might start like eating up resources like crazy. So just it's a Japanese fighting game. Like they still performance is not their strong suit. In a lot of situations.
Like every slam, he's like, next slam will be the one where we do well. Like
usually when you're in game, running offline, something, usually they're okay, but yeah, expect the worst.
Right, so it's one of those moments where like he really puts a lot of pressure on himself, I think, and like for 4 slams, he's been
like
saying,
Tekken is pretty rough.
Right? So now his team is in.
Oh, that game's huge.
Finals, and it's
Yeah.
on him to
I mean, Tekken's more graphically intense, I think, as well, but it's
right.
You find a lot of red bar or red PC connections. Like you can see everyone else's PCs dying. When I played that game on release, like so many connections. The other dude's PC was just eating shit the whole time.
The stages are too pretty. Like if you get that stage, one of the stages, the volcano one. Oh my god! If you load into that,
stage,
everybody's red bar. Oh, it's bad.
Right. In
Oh,
Street
you're
Fighter,
talking about in Tekken. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a culture of dealing with that in online fighting games and fighting games in general, right? Like you always pick like the least laggy stage or the least distracting one. In Street Fighter 5 for online tournaments, we all would always pick training stage every match because it had the least amount of things loaded in, and if someone's system at all had an issue like rendering a frame or something, it slowed down and things got out of sync, it would cause one-sided rollback for the other person. Like if you fell behind, the other person would have to roll back to match your laggy state, and it would just it just had a lot of, it would just start falling apart.
You gotta work hard for it, I think. Yeah. So this is potential.
So there's a culture of like training stage because we're all like superstitious about shit falling apart in the middle of a match.
Right.
Looking good so far. Eskay trying to find a parry.
Ooh, nice Eskay. Even though it still burns you out, but she can level 1. Yes.
And level 1 here to try to strip the drive gauge to force burnout.
I don't know about
them, although this is not going to quite be enough.
Maybe.
Oh well, he burnt out with the DI.
Yeah, I guess it was good.
Swing into it, right, to try to get that last bit of chip.
And BoxBox here is going to be out of burnout second, but he does have modern reactions, which help with these burnout scenarios.
It's crazy how good Eskay got.
Yeah.
I mean, I never, like me and Eskay, like I was in her chat so much. She grinded so hard, and
This is a jump heavy punch moment, I think.
they did the Twitch recap, and it showed me like my most viewed streams. And Eskay was like my 4th most viewed streams, and my other streams it was like 100 chat messages, 50 chat messages. Eskay's chat was like 7,000 chat messages. And I tagged Eskay and I'm like, I'm so sorry. 7,000 messages of backseat gaming.
Real backseater.
You were the coach, bro. That's what you're supposed to do.
I know. It got funny.
Every time you go into our stream and it's like the only person who's allowed to backseat in here is Brian F. That's it.
Yeah,
dude, the fighting game chats are like
tough.
we were talking about it. Like I watched Sajam try to play Rivals, right? Rivals of Aether, and like that's my home game, right? Plat Fighters, and like I'm watching people say, like I get to see it from the other side now. Like people are telling him to use B reversals and wave dashes, and it's like, bro, he doesn't know how to jump yet. Like what the fuck is this? Like I had people in my chat like telling me to implement new shit. It's like, dude, we're on the day of the tournament. We're in losers. Like I don't need help, man. It's helpful chat is. I don't know if you guys have this experience as streamers. I hate helpful chat in any scenario. Yeah. Not just fighting games, but like, hey, you should do this. Like, why aren't you doing this? Why isn't the streamer? The other day, dude, I was eating food and somebody said, "What is Coney eating?" And I banned that guy. Just what you don't care. Why are you asking? It's just something about it just pisses me off. I don't know why. Just you don't care. You're just starting discussion. You know what I'm saying? It's I don't know.
I think if you could maintain that, I love that stream vibe. I don't think I do it that well. I totally relate to what you're saying. Like, if you can find the right pocket, it's fucking funny for everybody. Like, even if you get shot, they're just like, like they're embodying the little gremlin. And
like
then,
an Eris thing. The XDD,
finds the frame trap.
It's hard to maintain that level, though, I found. So I've been trying to default to being a little bit nicer. But I get into like a why male models type of routine, because I will answer the question and explain it, and then instantly the next question is exactly what I just answered. And then I'm just like, fuck. Why did I bother being nice to the one chatter? I'm going to be on an endless loop here.
That last bit of health, and he does so with the counter hit jab. We are on tournament point.
We'll see a box in his 4th slam appearance.
Yeah, when I lose in tournament, I haven't done a lot of online tournaments, but like obviously when I get eliminated, if I don't win, I'm fucking pissed for a little bit, right? And I'm reflecting, I'm like, they played good, fucking asshole. Why they did so good, you know? And then chat will be like, oh, why didn't you anti-air there? Or like, you could have done X, Y, or Z. And then I'm like, the last thing I want is fucking advice from the peanut gallery who would have drowned 0-2 before. You know what I mean? Like, it's the last thing. But they're right. That's the worst part. Sometimes they're right. So it's so hard to handle. Okay.
No, they're never right. Genuinely, they're never right, because even if they are right, it's not a conclusion that you couldn't have come to on your own. So
not only that, but they didn't have to deal with the pressure of the situation that led to you making a misplay or something or a wrong read. So,
but still, I still think 0.001% of the time, hindsight warriors are the worst. But 0.001% of the time, they have been correct. I have to say, it's a rounding error.
Yeah,
in the grand scheme of things, which is why when it does happen, it feels bad. But it's hard. It's so hard to handle.
I just hate the feeling of losing in public, because it's like I have an issue where I am super hard on myself, and it's just like I don't want to give off this feeling like I'm mad at the game or my opponent or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's just like I know I'm better than this, and I'm not living up to it. And the feeling of like getting sort of understood for that is so frustrating to me. You know what I mean? That idea that like somebody is going to project the way that they handle losing onto someone else is like
you shouldn't be at all upset.
Much, right?
Like
exactly.
Some people treat it like if you're at all feeling negative after a loss, like that's a bad thing, which is such fucking bullshit. Like I mean, when someone loses, the proper thing to do is just give them space and let them digest it, and then see what they want to do. Like even in offline competition, right? Like if I body someone in a tournament, I look at them and they set the pace, right? I let them if they're
feel the vibe.
If they put their head in their hands and are sitting there, you know, I'll respect it, unplug it away. If they look over to handshake, I'll give them the fist bump, handshake, whatever. You know, it's up to them. Like there's a certain just read you have to get on that. Same thing with watching a streamer. Someone loses, it's like let them process it, right? Oh, but my least favorite is like, oh, but you played so good. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, you lost to so and so. That one kills me. Oh, but you lost to a really good player. fuck that. Like that
Dude,
drives me so
people-
nuts.
People kept
Yeah.
telling me that from the last 2 round robins. They're like, "You were so good." I was like, "If I was good, I would have won. Don't fucking tell me I was good. I wasn't
Right.
good." "Oh, but you got so close." I don't give a fuck if I got close. I was
feel
one
that.
fucking game away. It's just
Yup.
I don't want to hear that. Do you guys in Street Fighter? I don't know if this is just a Smash thing. Do you? I don't know if you guys have this issue. It's so funny. Do you guys have the winner's hug, where the winner initiates a hug with the loser? Have you ever?
It occasionally happens, but I think it might
Oh,
happen more in
dude.
Smash.
It happens a lot over here. The guy wins, and then he goes for the hug, and the loser guy is. You have
Is
to do
forced.
it, otherwise you're salty. Oh, it's bad.
No, that's when you
It's
tech
bad.
and then immediate judo throw. Like, predictable.
It's
Hit the geese
bad.
on them. Yeah. I think they're allowed to. I think if the the winner tries to hug the loser first, they should be allowed to tech the throw, reversal it, and
And throw them onto the setup.
Yeah,
Break
exactly.
The whole
From
setup.
off the stage. Yeah.
yeah. I think that should be in the rule books. I don't know. But yeah, you lost to someone good is it kills the ego because it's from a place of assuming that you're not
Yep.
better or on the same level of them, and that
Yes.
drives me nuts. Like I don't want consolation prizes. Like I hold myself to the standard where I think I'm at the level, and even if it's not true in the moment, there's a sense of like permanency to that, right?
Sure.
Like,
Yep.
Like to me, even though I know all these players are better than me at Street Fighter 6, to me it's right now. If I were to put equal effort and go to that distance, do I believe, even if it's nonsensical, that I could beat all these players? Yeah, I believe that. And I think as a competitor, you have to have that, realistic or not. So to have
Yeah.
someone try to take that away from you is like, it kills the competitor ego, and you need that to compete. So it's just like, it's contrary to the goal, even of winning, to start thinking that way.
Like, what was some of the prep work you put in for yourself?
Well, giving yourself any kind of excuse at all is antithetical to like the journey.
Right.
And it's always going to be in the back of your mind because it's just sort of part of human nature as you compete, and especially as you travel and go against the world's best. But like, I just think a lot of people, people compete for different reasons, and a lot of people go to Evo and go 3-1 and they're happy, and that's great. That's awesome
Right.
because they get to watch Punk win and Big Bird have a big run. But it's like, if one of the worst things that can happen to you is winning a tournament, because like that high and that fucking standard never, like you asked me when I was competing, like the issue that I have now in Smash is like, the analogy I always make is like, I'm like a fat guy that used to be really good at DDR. Like I read the arrows. I know what you're doing. I know exactly
Right.
what the game plan is, but I can't beat it. And that's how I feel when I play ranked at Street Fighter. It's like, all right, this motherfucker is a jump lord. He's going to jump every time, but I don't react to it, or they always wake up with a DP or something. It's like,
Right.
and I feel that way when I play Smash. It's like, all right, this guy is half my age playing Ultimate. I know everything he's going to do. He does neutral get up 5 times in a row, but I can't punish it because
Right.
I don't have the execution. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like for you, it's got to be that same way
and
in Street Fighter. Like,
that's internalizing the execution, and that just
Yes.
takes time. And then the reality is, do you have that time to spend, or do you have the priority of spending the time on that? That's
Right.
and that's life, right? That comes to sacrifice. Like you could, but it would take sacrifice, and that's when you have to accept it, right? And I think that's tough. Yeah, I mean, I'm not fully there yet, but I'm getting there because I'm kind of focusing a lot more on content and work stuff. So like, I'm in between that right now, and so this slam is like, of course, I'm like, oh fuck, dude, if I had practiced for, if I had
We're
like
getting
the
called
last
out.
month,
My
if I-
chat saying unk ass conversation.
True.
well, a little. I mean,
Yeah,
very
kind
true.
of.
Yeah, that's life.
You know what you were tuning into, right? That's the
Oh.
team, man. You want to go
Right.
watch Eskay instead? They're going to Japan. They're having
Right.
a good time.
And they put the time in, right? That's the thing. It's a lot of it is putting the time in, and are you willing to do it or not? And so for me, like I don't feel like when I went into this, I didn't feel that bad about it because I knew the players I was playing were going to put the time in. But of course, as it's going, I'm like, oh fuck! If I was a little bit more practice here, I would have dropped that. I would have been ready for.
I mean,
it,
even
you know?
still,
Always
dude,
the
I can
feeling.
tell that you played your fucking heart out.
I played okay. I mean, I got try to get myself more hyped up for this one. I think sometimes I played okay, but I just don't have enough reps with Terry versus these
I
caliber of
understand.
players.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew as soon as it started, like I knew it wasn't gonna. I didn't put the time in, so I was like, okay,
Sure.
time to coach. Even the first one though, I was already kind of on my way out, but that one I super fucking locked in for. I was like, all right, one less go.
Why don't I go learn how to play good Street Fighter then? And he
Whew.
Yeah, time management. That shit's
spamming like moves, and I couldn't
the number
Yep.
one battle.
And he's like, yeah,
Yeah, I'm lucky I'm a house husband, you know? I get to just do the streaming shit while my wife's got a real job.
The dream.
Mm-hmm.
The dream. I mean, but yeah, Coney, you do that, but your time management still life. Like that's
Well, the kid is the
interesting.
debuff there.
Yeah,
right, exactly. That's what I
kid.
mean. Like you
Yeah.
stream full time, but even then, it's still different because
Right.
you know you got real ass responsibility. Like
Yeah.
real.
Kid's a bit of a debuff, but that's obviously it's the most fulfilling thing in my life. So
Right.
God,
but
you
yeah,
would say
that's
that.
a hard one. Dude, unironically, you want to get into a real unconversation. Let me tell you about the day my life changed. Greatest day of my life, the day my daughter was born. Your brain chemistry changes. I'm not joking. It's going to happen to you. I'm telling you.
Oh, I'm not having kids.
Well, then it won't happen to you.
It won't
But
happen to me, baby.
I'm telling you, man.
I'll have to
My
report back.
bloodline's ends here.
Oh, shit.
This is the end.
Sham's committed.
And not only that, but like,
Yep, I'm a cat dad, and that's it.
There you go. Then you have
My
time,
chat's
Sham.
mad at me for doing it. Chat's mad at me for doing the dad thing again. My bad, chat. Sorry, but I'm telling you, it's real.
That's
It's
interesting
real,
though.
I'm
That
telling you.
like your chat. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like they are younger. Like if we compared YouTube
Yeah, they gotta be.
demographics, I feel like your YouTube demographics would be like you've captured and stayed relevant in the content meta of like a younger audience. And I think also part of that might be because like you came from Smash as well. I think you're a little bit more exposed to that. But that's very interesting to me because like my demographics veer very old, and people think I'm older than I am.
Sure.
Like I would imagine you to be younger.
My crowd, I think, is mostly like mid-20s, honestly.
Yeah, mine has aged with me. So if I look at like my analytics
I have
on
that
YouTube
too,
or Twitch, they're all
Yep.
like mid-20s for the most part, in the majority, mid-20s to early 30s.
My YouTube
But only
is
because they've been watching me for 10 to 15 years, you know?
Exactly.
Like,
Yep.
a lot of these people have been watching me since they were like 10 or 11, which they shouldn't have been because I was not making kids content.
Yeah.
Yeah, like most of mine is 25 to 34, but I have like equal 35 to 44 as 18 to 24.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So like, yeah, mostly old in that sense.
I've been meaning to do a census on my Twitch stream for a long time. I haven't done it yet. My YouTube is, I think it does scale younger, but I think that's just YouTube, right? Like,
well, I think
that's my
because
YouTube
of
that I
the way
just told you.
The way that you've algorithmically
wow, okay,
played
never mind.
YouTube,
Oh.
I think skews you a little younger because you've done like the title and thumbnail game and the strats
yeah.
for video.
You do content,
But,
like you do more non-competitive
Variety
based
style,
content,
yeah.
variety stuff, right? So like that makes sense. So like Street Fighter's just an older audience as well.
right.
So
And me, I've never been able to market myself. I'm just not good at playing that game. I just make videos and don't care who watches it.
Sure.
dude, it's so I'm trying to get more into that. I've been trying to make. I kind of want to make like YouTube videos. I've been trying to figure that out. That's why the Clips channel is all I've been doing. I'm like, okay, let me try to like pocket everything stream related
Right.
onto the Clips channel and
Yeah.
try my hand at being an actual off-stream YouTuber, which is
Is the
a big part of
aim-
why I'm not practicing as much because I'm just focusing on trying to build that up.
Is your aim to just stay in the Street Fighter pocket or fighters in general, or like to branch out?
Probably fighters. Like I want to
Okay.
document what we have here a bit.
Sure.
That's a big part of what I want to do. But
The historian.
we did do on the Clips channel. I did a stream, which is like straight up like typical. Like I did 2 Ludwig streams from 5 years ago. You know what I mean? Like
Okay.
2020
Yeah.
Ludwig. I made a media stand and I just streamed it, which I would never have done before. And I'm just talking shit with the chat, and they made a YouTube video out of it, complete with Wii music and Nintendo songs, and the thumbnail worked, and it didn't completely bomb. And I was like, oh,
Sure.
people watched me not playing Street Fighter for 10 minutes. I was like, okay. And then I'm like trying to buy stuff for the stream where I did the stupid credit card thing, but like without, instead of $10,000, it was $250, right? And people clicked and watched it. And I was like, okay, like people watched Ludwig videos from 5 years ago on my Clips channel. Worse, with like less charisma and less money and less production, like everything worse. But
No,
some
it's
people watched
and
it.
the thing is, he didn't come up with that stuff himself. He did it
Nope.
because
He's
someone else did it.
always been chasing the
It's-
tail on purpose and
Right.
reworking that game. Like he's always trying to just take an idea and put a spin on it. That's it.
Right. I mean,
And this
he's
is
the
no
reason
flame 'cause
why
he's-
I did
yeah,
any
he's
YouTube
very
at all.
good.
Like,
Yep.
the
Yep.
reason because before 2020, we only streamed in the competitive Street Fighter scene. It was only streamed.
Sure.
And I had a YouTube video channel where I'd upload like once a month. But then I watched Ludwig and I was like, oh, he has a stream. He has 3 segments that become 3 YouTube videos. And you just kind of like during the stream, make sure to hit the key points so that the editor or whoever can like condense that to it. Like it seems so simple now, but that was mind blowing at the time. From someone who's like, I boot up and I practice for 5 hours. It was mind blowing to think, oh, I can just think for half a second, make a YouTube video out of it.
Yeah.
I've just been too lazy to edit my shit. I am editing, but slowly. Like this Slam shit, man, I've just been playing nothing but Street Fighter. I've not been editing any videos.
Yeah.
Or streaming anything else. I've been very focused on
that's too much effort. Like that's why I edited all my stuff before and I learned the ropes and I was proud of what I did. But when I partnered up with my AA, he's my editor, he like everything here is due to him. And so like that was the only way to make it possible.
You need a partner. The only reason I have a YouTube is because there's a guy in Smash Production that was trying to get out that I'm really close with, and he was like, "Look, man, you stream, but I want to build you a YouTube." And I was like, "Okay." And he literally just like built my YouTube from the ground up. So he still does like the thumbnails and the titles and stuff like that. And it's like, if he didn't come to me with that, I'd probably still just be doing the Twitch thing. Right. It's like a partnership because you can't just do, you can't do everything. It's like impossible.
It's too hard, way too hard.
It's different brain spaces. Like what works on Twitch does not work on YouTube.
No, not at all.
I think I've been able to be like the creative director. Like I understand now like what to do for YouTube, but just having like when I talk to AA, I'll just like give him a stupid fucking description of a dumbass half-formed idea of a thumbnail or whatever, and then he makes it better than I imagined it in my own head.
Yep.
And then his editing, like he managed to make like random rank streams and random tournament runs flow and build a story out of it. Like every tournament stream I did became a story with like, you know, building emotion and climax and, you know, the edits and everything. I was like, dude, like brilliant, you know, like I could not achieve that without him. And that builds the YouTube, which then builds the Twitch. Like, I would be with 300 viewers
into
max.
Itself.
Yeah. Without
it's hard to find somebody who like gets the vibe too, that like can take the sort of the narrative of a stream and translate it in a way that like is appealing broadly. Because like I thought it'd be easy to just find somebody who could get YouTube and like, oh yeah, just make videos, YouTube thumbnail, whatever. But it's like finding somebody who can tap into a unique energy that is a stream, like somebody's specific, like what you bring. Right. That's hard, man. It's not easy.
And what vibes with you, right? Like, like where do you draw the line? Like for like I do more face thumbnails now, but AA, like I told AA, like I don't want a YouTuber face. Like like I don't want that, you know. And all of our Street Fighter 5 videos were just the characters, and he has his own style. You know what I mean? Like it was all because like he figured out how to do that, and I was like, I don't really. If you use my face if you need to, you know what I mean? Like if worse comes to worse, there's no other way to sell this. And also like your humor, like how clickbaity do you want to go? Like understanding all that, it's actually really, I don't know, it's really subtle. And building that understanding takes time.
There's a lot of considerations you have to make, like when it came to like even asking people to subscribe, like that's something that like I always was like, well, I'm not going to tell people to like or subscribe or anything because they'll do it anyway. But then you realize when you say it, you get like triple the number. It's like, wait a minute, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I nerfing myself for no reason?
I haven't done that in a long time. When I did do it, it did work, but I stopped doing that. Like I kind of stopped caring about subscribers, I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done it in a while, but I feel like I need to do it again. Like I'm gonna start begging again. I haven't done it in a long time.
Yeah, tastefully begging is also an art.
It's a skill. Yeah.
Right. And that's why I'm trying to do like when separating the YouTube channels, like I want to be able to put something out that's so good on the main channel that I don't have to beg, and then like the clips channel can just be like, you know, more standard YouTube-y, you know, like spam a little bit. Get that to be the post every day. Like the main channel hasn't had it uploaded in a week, and it makes me so anxious.
Because what's gonna happen when you so is it a 10 out of 10? Is the channel dead? Like it's so, and you know it's stupid, but like there's that fear, you know.
Right. And we got a big one tomorrow. I posted the teaser.
Don't ask me the last time I uploaded to my YouTube channel.
Yeah, it depends on what you're trying to do.
Dude, every time I post a video, they're like, "Oh my god, he's back."
My team played amazing.
That's kind of
every
fun
video.
though, because then
It's
every
so
time
funny.
it's a delight to
He's
see
not
you. It's
dead.
him again.
He's not.
They really worked for it.
He's
It was
back.
really awesome.
I mean, I get that occasionally, and then I don't like that because it's like I've been posting just as much as usual.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
back. I'm like, uh-oh.
I
To me,
never
that's
left.
like a bad sign. It's like I've been here the whole time. Like something, I must
right,
be doing
fellas.
something wrong.
Yeah, I should go too because I got to get my wife here in a little bit.
I'm gonna
For
go
work.
eat and do some
For
stuff.
sure.
If y'all ever want to talk or play anything,
Yes,
hit me up.
like I said, if you do that slippy
Oh, I'm
baseball
doing
shit,
baseball. I'm doing
okay.
it. I'll hit
All
you
right.
up, brother.
Sounds good.
All right, see you guys.
boys. Good
Take care,
stuff.
guys. See ya.
Peace. Alrighty, chat. Good talk. Good talk. GG's, everybody. That concludes Sajam Slam number 2 for Street Fighter 6 featuring Team Unk. Hopefully we put on a show. I know we didn't quite deliver on the same level of clutch factor as the previous slam, but I had a really good time. I was super happy to see the team's growth. I was satisfied with the coaching. Once again, if you guys wanted to see me cook, I apologize. I'm in between seasons right now, going up against some of the best in the business who are putting in the work, and I didn't put the work in that area, and it showed. I know. It's all good. But I'm really proud of my team. They worked hella hard. Big progress. Got to feel proud of what they pulled off. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks everyone who subbed and watched during the stream. I know I'm like not paying attention to you guys at all. I'm so bad at like managing Discord and stream. Maybe I'll keep working on it. Really appreciate everyone who did drop a prime or sub and supported and just tuned in, watched me, Stans, Bricky, Sham, or Coney. If you tuned in and supported at all, cheered for us a little bit. Shout out to you guys. Thank you. Congrats to the winners. Congrats to and just GG's, everybody. It's awesome to see the effort put in. Oh, I think Stans tweeted this out. I don't know if I showed you guys this. Hold on. Let me hit the retweet on this one. Bricky had this commissioned. I don't think this has been on Twitter yet. Team Unk in action. Bricky, me, Stans, Coney, and Sham. Bricky kept this one on the Discord.